Alrighty, guys, so it's about 2 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and yet again, you guys saw the title of the video and the thumbnail. We are selling off in the stock market. The Russell 2000 is currently down 1.8%, the Nasdaq's down 0.2%, the S&P's down 0.75%, as we have the Dow down 0.9%, VIX up 1%, and get this, guys, silver's down 5% as we have gold, excuse me, guys, down 1.5%, crypto and Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, this stuff is not looking good. So we got a lot to break down in this video. But before we do, get your 10 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. That's linked down below. Free money, guys. Each of those could be valued all the way up to $2,500. And feel free to get your 6 stocks from Webull as well with any amount deposited. All those stocks are linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into the video. So like I mentioned, it's 2 p.m. right now. We are selling off all across the board here. And we have silver, which is taking a nosedive, again, down 5%. It is an interesting day out there. Volatility is not up that much. We're still in the mid to high 20s roughly on the VIX, and I've covered this before. You guys can see here on the 4-hour chart. VIX each time has come down to about 25 over the past couple of months. It's ended up ripping back towards the low mid 30s, and now we could be on our way to that point, considering yesterday we had a red day, today we had a red day, and obviously the future is looking bleak here in the short term, guys. So I'm going to be watching a break potentially above 28, 29 to 30 here on the VIX on this 4-hour time frame. And you could also look at the 20-day if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the VIX, but I'm going to focus more on the 4-hour. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Just watch for the VIX and see, if it ends up going over 28.30 here in the short term. And when it comes to SPY, take a look at this, guys. This morning, we ended up collapsing under the lows from the end of June, early July. Those lows were right around $373-ish, and now we're at $375. So we have come back over those lows, but earlier, like I said, we fell under. Look at this. Earlier in the day, SPY was at 371. We took that low out, and that's important because that was a technical break under the wedge as well. And we are seeing a little bit of fight in the bulls, holding above 370. So that is why I do have my alert at 370. If we do take that point out, that's where the selling could seriously start accelerating. That's where it really is, in my opinion, going to start accelerating. So for now, bulls are showing some sort of fight intraday. You guys can see here some higher low action, higher high action is playing out. We got a higher low here, higher low here. We just took the high out. Now that I'm filming this video right now, as I am filming, you can see we took that 375 out. So let's see what's going to happen here in the short term on SPY. Triple Q, same thing. We have higher high, higher low action on the intraday chart, but excuse me, but you guys can see, if I pull up the 20-day, this is actually no, this might not be falling under the wedge. Yeah, it's not falling under the wedge quite yet, but we are getting awfully close to the bottom of the wedge. In fact, we did hit it this morning. We double bottomed there. Now we're starting to make a move, but we're not completely confirming a breakout quite yet. And quite frankly, we are seeing a big resistance right where we are now, right by the 50 SMA here on the 20-day 1-hour chart. So we're at very critical levels overall on the 20-day chart and 4-hour chart, both on SPY and Triple Q. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash that like button as well if you are finding value in this video and you do find values. And if you do find values, what am I saying, guys? Mumbling and jumbling. We're not editing this video, though. If you find value in the videos overall, I appreciate you guys as always. So with that being said, let's talk about some banking stocks, whatever you want to call them. JP Morgan this morning reported, and this stock was down about 5% initially. It's still down about 4%, so not the best day at all for JP Morgan. And if you take a look here on the 4-hour chart, JP Morgan is now down about 40% from the recent 170-plus high that we hit a couple of months ago. That's not good. That means it's well in a bear market, and you can see clearly it's at a fresh low on the 4-hour chart. on the yearly chart. And now on the 3-year chart, we have JP Morgan pushing, excuse me, guys, towards those lows from March, April, May, June of 2020, right around 90, 95 bucks a share. And you guys can see when the crash got really ugly in March, it got to about 77. I'm not thinking it's going to go to 77 again. I mean, it could. Never say never. But I think buyers could step in around 90, 95 on JP Morgan. We shall see. So they reported EPS of $2.76 versus $2.91 estimated. They missed on EPS and they missed on revenue. $31.63 billion of revenue versus 31.95. So double miss for JP Morgan. And again, it's not looking good. The chart's getting destroyed. Bears are clearly in charge here at a fresh low. It's not looking good, guys. So I'm going to be watching this. If it gets under 100, I might have to throw some shares at it. Maybe as a short-term type of trade. I could see this potentially bouncing back in the short term if it does see another leg down towards 95, 100 bucks. So keep your eyes on JP Morgan. Another one today that reported and that didn't do well is Morgan Stanley. This is at what, 74 bucks a share now. It's down 1%, and it has recovered a bit intraday. It seems like it was at 72 earlier in the day. So at one point, it was down about 4%, same as JP Morgan. But this, unlike JP Morgan, has gotten some buying pressure throughout the day. So Morgan Stanley reported EPS, adjusted EPS of $1.44 versus $1.56 estimated. So they missed on that. And they missed on revenue. You guys get the pattern here. They're missing all across the board. These banks are. Revenue came in at 13.1 versus $13.4 billion. So the one difference here is, well, I guess between JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, there's a lot more similarities than differences when it comes to these charts. I mean, Morgan Stanley is getting destroyed. It's down not as much as JP, but it's down 35% at a 4-hour low here, at a 52-week low. But the main difference here is on the 3-year chart. If you look at the 3-year, Morgan Stanley is actually holding an uptrend above the 180 moving average still. JP Morgan, you can't say the same for them. They're actually under both moving averages and, again, getting awfully close to those lows from back in March, April, May, June of 2020. So the banks, not looking good, guys. Not looking good at all in the short term. And my voice keeps going out. Let me get some coffee, guys. What's going on here today? Jesus. There we go. Yeah, bank's not looking good. Tomorrow we have Wells Fargo. I think Citigroup as well, and I'm sure Wells Fargo's still in the red. Yeah, Wells Fargo is pricing in potentially bad earnings now that we got JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley's numbers. And when do we have Goldman? Goldman's probably next week, next Monday maybe. Yeah, Monday we have Goldman. That's Monday on the 18th. We have them reporting, and they're currently down 3.5%. So the banks are the main stocks that I'm watching here in the very short term because we have a lot of them at once reporting earnings. So we got to watch out for those for trading opportunities. And again, they're not looking good. So let's see what else is going on here. We have Apple making a move today, which is kind of surprising. Wow, Apple's up 1.7%. It looks like we are getting a golden cross here on the 4-hour chart officially, and buyers have stepped in right around the 180 and the 50 SMAs here on the 4 hours. So my what I said a couple of days ago, my theory here still stands, right? I believe 150, which is where my alert is, if that's able to break on Apple, we're probably going to push 155.60 in the short term. Now, will it break 160 and completely break out of the downwards channel? I'm not going that far yet, guys. We're not quite there quite yet. But if it does take out, let's say, 158, 160 bucks, there could be more upside, from that point potentially. But we're going to be watching 150 in the very short term to see what it does in the next couple of days. So Apple's moving. Intel's been stuck at about 35, 37 bucks, which I guess is good. Who knows? I mean, I'm not calling bottoms. I don't like doing that, nor do I ever try to do that. But Intel, this could be a bottom, maybe, potentially. Could be a bottom. It's been stuck at about 30 in the mid-30s since the beginning of June, so a good month and a half at this point. So I'm keeping an eye on a bunch of things in the markets, guys. I don't want to be too long in this video, but that's pretty much it. I wanted to cover those banks quickly and just go over what I'm noticing here as we are getting near power hour in the overall market. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to follow me on TikTok, guys. I actually have 2 TikToks. One's my backup. It's called Stas Talks Stocks. That's one of them. And the main one is just my name, @StasSurfet. So if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, go do that. Join my Patreon as well. Get your 10 stocks for Mumu, each of which could be valued all the way up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit. That's linked down below. And your 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. It's a freaking mouthful, guys. Go check the links out down below. They all help out the channel, and you guys get some free perks as well. So with that being said, cheers. I will catch you in the next video. Good luck today. Make sure to go follow me on TikTok, Stas Talks Stocks as well. I'll see you there. Peace out.